All right, we're about to wrap up the class, and I just wanted to kind of jump into a reality check moment here where we go over a couple of incidents that have included security or involved them in the recent past. So we're going to look at two of the stabbings. We're going to focus on Las Vegas. That's where most of you are currently working. So let's look at on the Strip and off the Strip. The Cosmopolitan's on the Strip. The Orleans Hotel and Casino is not. But wherever you work, you're going to have the same risks because humans are shit and you're in between them and the victims. So back in April, a guy was charged with attempted murder, assault, and battery with a deadly weapon following a fight that he was in, which led to one guy getting stabbed and another guy getting punched up a little bit. So you would think, okay, well, guy got stabbed had the worst of it. In this case, the one who was punched fell down and struck his head and lost consciousness. So when that happens right there, boom, you got a guy with a couple stab wounds, dude knocked out on the ground. It's very possible that either of them could die due to these wounds. When I was a kid, I saw a guy get punched in his head on the corner of a table, and he passed away, and that was in Arizona. And that fucked me up a little bit. That was a rough one to watch. So it can happen. The bad guy in this Las Vegas incident later told the cops that he was drunk and couldn't remember anything. So people can be Mr. Nice Guy during the day, get them all jacked up on some alcohol and maybe some other fun stuff, and they're a deadly weapon. So that was on the Strip. Let's go across town a little bit to the Orleans Hotel and Casino. Guy was stabbed over there during an attempted robbery. Suspect approaches the victim, says, hey, give me all your stuff. The victim said, no, I don't think I will. And the suspect stabs him a couple times. Now, from everything I've heard, the victim's stab wound in that case was not life-threatening. So it's like the luck of a draw. I mean, I saw a guy overseas in 2002 get stabbed up. Special Operations E9 gets stabbed up. And he survived. I mean, he had well over a dozen stab wounds. At a bar in Russia, guy got stabbed standing out on the patio just once. Guy with a little shitty knife, right? Stabbed him. The victim of the stabbing beats up the dude who stabbed him, knocked him out, and then dies from the stab wound. So I bring up these stories here in a little bit of a more real moment with you guys because knives are probably the most deadly weapon, so always expect them. Always, if someone's at a distance, expect that they have a firearm and they're going to shoot at you. At some point in time, they're just waiting for the right time to draw on you. If you're within arm's reach, expect that they have a knife and they're just looking for that right time. So you have to position yourself. You have to control the dialogue, the environment around the individual. Knowing that specific to knives, you guys were at the combatives class that we had. The end of the arm is the hand, and we call that the head of the snake because that's what holds the blade, correct? So that is the most dangerous part. However, the best way to control the head isn't by trying to grab someone's wrist or paring the knife hand. The best way to get it is to collapse yourself using your shielding block, your spear, your cover, whatever you're doing, and getting the main part of the arm against his or her body. Then once you can control the angle and direction of that lower hand, you go ahead and secure the wrist. So there's a lot going on there. So again, always expect that people you're dealing with have weapons. Doesn't matter if they look like they are trained or not. So to wrap things up, always expect a weapon. Always position yourself like you have a weapon. Be calm with your demeanor and your vocal strategies while you are positioning yourself for the worst of the worst. And if you get shot, if you get stabbed, you already know that that can happen. So worry about it later. End the threat, then provide first aid to yourself.